The Water Diary, brought to you by the Department of Water and Sanitation.
Welcome to the Water Diary, right in SABC 1, Mzansi for sure. The show is brought to you by the Department of Water and Sanitation and SABC Education. On today's show, we take a look at part 2 of our War on Leaks program. We chat to one of the beneficiaries during his radio interview. Let's take a look.
I'm Ishmael Teboho. I'm from Ekangala, Prongos side. The War on Leaks program, I saw it on internet while serving, looking for a job opportunity and also a learnership here.
Today we're here with NIV, your news information and your views, and we said we're going to be talking about the war on leaks, and we actually have a trainee with us in studio, Mr. Ishmael Mashigo. Ishmael, good morning and welcome.
Ishmael, how are you?
Well, and yourself?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you a lot because of I'm happy to be here.
Welcome. First question, Ishmael, my brother.
Yes,
now, how do we explain to us, first of all, what is the War on Leaks program?
Okay. Initially, the War on Leaks program is a presidential program which is initiated to develop unemployed youth as artisans and water agents. So, to reduce water leaks in the communities and the water supply system.
All right, and which of the three categories, there's artisans, plumbers, and water agents, what did you select for your training and why?
I selected to become a water agent because I saw it as a new qualification, and also I was interested into it, and then also it gave a vast opportunity because of it required grade 10 to grade 12 qualifications for you to become a water agent. So I have a matric, and that's why I applied for it.
Okay. And South Africa, as you know, is facing a serious challenge in high youth unemployment. And as a youth, do you think the skills you have acquired, you have to better to find employment?
Yes, it has, because of it has a variety of opportunities, because of we are dealing with the legislative. When we see like somebody is using water illegally, we have to prosecute that person. We also have a technical side whereby we're fixing leaks, and we also have like community awareness and social development also.
Okay, now final question before we go for a short break. Now the program is also aimed, at encouraging the youth to start their own businesses after the training. Now, do you think the program has given you, the basic skills or knowledge for you to branch out and to start your own business in future?
Yes, indeed, because of we attended like an entrepreneur program, which initially teaches us about seeing opportunities around our community that we can take and make a business, and also to help us to adopt to change of environment, because of we know that the environment will never remain the same, and also have to teach us about marketing ourselves and making presentations. Yes.
It's quite a comprehensive program, Hloni. I'm just looking at what they go through, the entrepreneurial program, the change of environment. I mean, that's things that you need to do to run a business, especially if you want to branch out on your own. And we're seeing here that Ishmael chose to be a water agent. So there's quite comprehensive cover when it's more than just one faculty involved on war on leaks.
Definitely. This is a very interesting concept for me, and I love how the fact that, it is married with what we were talking about earlier on. Everybody here should be interested and involved in that. I know personally I've experienced a few leaks, and it's nice to hear that there's a whole science behind this.
The skills that I've acquired, I need to go to the community and teach them about these water leaks, because of it's also affecting our community and it's also affecting our economy. As water is leaking on the ground, and then there's no one using it, we lose even money because of this water that are leaking on the taps. They are being purified, and then there are many things that are involved in the purification process. So we have to teach the community about conserving it and making sure that there's no more than there's no longer leakages that are unnecessary. Young people participate mo di programming tsa go enhance skills tsa bona. So the programs tsa tshwana le tsona tse tshwantse batho ba di tse serious, because of dari ruta lo tse dintsi tse le gore ga re di tsebe go na le gore re ka dula fase re sa kenele go ithuta. So thuto ke yona e bolohlokwa mo bophelong ba rena, ka gore ntle le thuto a gona go reng go teng, going nowhere. I think the water and sanitation, I thank them very much because of this opportunity. It's like it came out of nowhere. There's no one who thought there will be a program like this one to come and reduce the water leaks. So we thank them, and also we thank them very much because of it also helps us. It enhances our lives. So we thank them very much to keep on doing this, and then even other departments to come and introduce initiatives like this ones.
Igama lami ngosifiso wakamchunu. Ngiqhamuka khona la endaweni yase Newcastle. Before kufike le program yaka on leak, bengumuntu obekade college enza ama courses, so emva kokuba ngiqedile ngahlala phansi ingekho into ebengibhizi ngayo. So kuthe makufika le program ngayi-applyela, ngibona ithuba elihle kakhulu ebelingivelela, ngayithatha ngenhlanhla bangiphendula, then sase siyathathwa kuyo le program saqala ukufunda. Babe sebesileta Newcastle Training Center yakhona la Newcastle eMajuba. So then I've been training as a plumber since then, the beginning of this year, from January. We've been through all the training, including the safety. They've been teaching us about how to save water and so many things, because the program in fact started last year. So last year we've been going under some short courses, including entrepreneurship as well as water conservation.
For those of you that want more information on the War on Leaks program, call our number on the screen. That's 0800 200 200. Or log on to our website. That's www.dws.gov.za.
Welcome back to the Water Diary. The War on Leaks program continues to provide young people with skills needed in the water sector. We now meet Ziyanda from EWCETA.
We now talk to War on Leaks project manager Ziyanda from the Energy and Water SETA. EWCETA is the Energy and Water Sector Education and Training Authority. She tells us about EWCETA's objectives.
The EWCETA's primary focus is to make sure that the learners do get training from recognized and registered facilitators as well as the assessors. It is also to ensure that the institutions are indeed conducive for their practical training and their workplace exposure. What we do as the EWCETA is also conduct due diligence to ensure that indeed where the learners are placed are receiving the exposure that is in line with the modules that they need in order for them to complete the program. The curriculum for the War on Leaks program is guided by the QCTO regulations. Okay, it is also accredited with the EWCETA and various other CETAs as well, because it is not just only a unit standard, it is not just only a qualification, it is incorporated with a number of qualifications which are accredited with the QCTO as well as the EWCETA and Services CETA and a number of other CETAs within South Africa. The disciplines that the program entails is the water agents, it is the artisans. And the disciplines under the artisans is the plumbers, is the electricals, is the fitters and tanners, to name a few. The artisans, the program that they need to complete is the Water Conservation and Demand Management Program. And some of the modules that are incorporated in the qualification is to understand and describe the plumbing principles. It is also to determine the water and sanitation requirements for the community. The Water Agents program is based on the qualification, which is NQF Level 2, Water and Water Waste Reticulation Services. It is also to make sure that the management of the system, which is on the technical level, and the metering, bulking, and to detect any leakages within the country. Those are some of the modules that are embedded in the qualifications that are being rolled out on this program, which is War on Leaks. The duration of the program is 3 to 4 years, which is influenced by the various disciplines within the program. We cannot paint it with the same brush for all the disciplines, because we do know that the artisans need to go for trade testing. They also need to go for the workplace. They also need to go for the institutional training. So it is determined by the various trades within the program. And when it comes to our facilitators that I'm ensuring that this program runs smoothly and of high quality, we do have qualified artisans, which are then based at the various institutions where the learners are obtaining their training. So we make sure that all the facilitators are qualified artisans, they are registered assessors as well as moderators. That then will ensure that the quality is of the regulation of the QCTO as well as the other regulating bodies. What the program seeks to achieve in terms of the youth of South Africa is to ensure that at the end of the day they do have a qualification in their hands where they're able to go to look for work in the municipalities, where they're able to go look for work in the water space, where they're able to say, I too am able to open my own business at the end of the day, at the end of the program. So ultimately what you want to do as the DWS, Department of Water and Sanitation, Rainwater as well as EWCTA, is to make sure that we have given these learners a certificate, a qualification in order for their lives to go forward. We're getting a lot of compliments from the learners via social media, and just to show their gratitude and also to show their expression in terms of how grateful they are for our government, which has brought this program to not only in Gauteng but also nationally, everywhere, in the rural, in the outskirts of Gauteng. I can give an example of one of the learners who was actually deeply emotional and saying that she really appreciates even the little stipend that they're receiving, because it assists them not only to get to the institutions and to finish the program, but also to assist with the basics that are needed at home. She's also very appreciative that our parents never got this type of privilege in the past years. So it really has given us that type of enthusiasm. We are currently sitting on phase 2, which at this point in time we've managed to train 10,000 learners. There is the third phase, which is phase 3, where we're going to be recruiting 5,000 learners. Remember initially, as the president had said in the SONA in 2015, that we want to ensure that 15,000 unemployed youth in South Africa is trained, and to make sure that they get ultimately employment at the end of this program. And they actually do have a qualification in their hands where they're able to knock at doors to be able to obtain job employment. And also, but one of the key things is that they're able to open up their own businesses, and also that they're able to recruit and also to create employment in South Africa. That is also part of the eradication of poverty. That is also part of boosting the economical status of South Africa. That I think that gives us comfort as the principals of this program of this magnitude, which is the first time in South Africa, which I'm excited to be part of. That we are making change in South Africa, that our youth feels part of. You should see when you go out there the excitement that they have to even to see, good, I can fix a leaking pipe. The excitement that they have to see that I'm trained to fix a tap. It is the first time that South Africa is rolling out a program of this magnitude, which seeks to ensure that the leakages, and parallel to that is creating employment. Parallel to that is educating the youth of South Africa, because at the end of the program, the learners need to get certificated. They need to get employment. They need to open up their own businesses. South African youth, South Africa is in dire need of artisans. Parallel to that, we need to close all the leakages in South Africa. So this is a great opportunity for you to jump into it, get experience, and fix the problem that South Africa is encountering. Thank you.
For more information on careers, education and training in the water sector, contact the Energy and Water SETA. Their details are on the screen.
Welcome to the War on Leaks special right here on the Water Diary. Did you know that more than 10,000 young people still need to be trained as artisans, plumbers and water agents? This next interview is about how you can get involved. Check it out.
My name is Gerald Molly. I'm currently the stream lead for training and development on the War on Leaks program. RAN Water's functions and objectives, there are quite a number of them, but high levelly, I think what's most important, RAN Water being the largest water utility in Africa, which reports directly into the Department of Water and Sanitation, is responsible for supplying, in fact for extracting, for purifying and for distributing water to over 12 million customers in 4 different provinces, namely Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Northwest, as well as the Free State. And the water that we supply is SANS 241 compliant. So we are supplying water of the highest standard to our customers. Okay, RAN Water was appointed by the Department of Water and Sanitation in 2015 to be the program implementation agent, specifically responsible for recruiting the 15,000 unemployed youth our president mentioned in his SONA address in 2015. So overall, RAN Water is responsible for recruiting the learners, but also providing overall monitoring and evaluation on the program's implementation across the country. Learners are able to become part of the program through them keeping their eye on what's happening, especially regarding War on Leaks. From an official point of view, the program is broken down into 3 phases, comprising of different intakes. Phase 1 and Phase 2 has already been completed or concluded, and now we are looking toward the 3rd intake. It is, however, or it will be communicated in due course through various mediums in terms of what the intake criteria will be, but more importantly, you can be part of the War on Leaks program without being officially on the program, and that is to conserve water. And one of the biggest aspects or issues that we are facing regarding War on Leaks has been the initiation of this particular project is because of the high water losses that our country is faced with. And where you are in your community, you are able to assist by ensuring that you are closing those leaking taps, in the bathroom when you are using water, to use water wisely and sparingly, to make sure that for future generations water is actually being sustained and conserved for future generations. Our country has recently been hit by water shortages, and there have been water restrictions that have been implemented across the country, and we've been encouraged to use water wisely. The Drop the Block initiative is a water saving initiative that is led by the Department of Water and Sanitation. It is an initiative that encourages communities to save water in their own homes. So apart from what's happening in distribution networks, you are able to save water in your own home. And how that is undertaken is that it's a green block. It looks like a brick. It's a plastic block. And the initiative, Drop the Block, the campaign, is this block is basically dropped in your cistern, which saves 2 liters of water in your cistern. So apart from the conventional 9 liters of water that you use when you flush your cistern or flush your toilet, you would now actually be flushing 7 liters of water. Were you to flush your toilet 10 times a day, you could actually be saving 20 liters of water just by having the block in your cistern. So it is a national campaign that is being rolled out in municipalities, which eventually takes place within municipalities, and of the water agents, of the learners who are on the War on Leaks program are part and parcel of these campaigns, which speaks to the advocacy aspect in terms of educating our communities about saving water in their own homes. So this is a very, very good initiative, And I encourage the public to be involved in the Drop the Block campaign at the municipalities. So do inquire from your municipalities and they can give you more information. They could even share with you in terms of those green blocks that you are able to put in your cisterns. Yeah. Okay, I'll start from my side. I'm a young person. I've been involved in the water sector for the past 13 years, and it's been an absolute privilege to serve my country, if I can call it that. And one of the most important aspects about the water sector and having the opportunity to serve is also to ensure that water being a constitutional right, it's a basic human right, I have an opportunity to add some value to people getting water in their taps. And working for Rand Water has also enlightened me in terms of the information that is out there in order to get involved in the water sector. So if you are watching this particular show and you'd like to get involved in the water sector, do not hesitate to contact the Department of Water and Sanitation. There's a lot of information at their disposal that they can share with you on the careers, on learnerships, bursaries that they provide, but also the water boards like Rand Water. We are also able to share with you information in terms of careers available, and your local municipality, which will be the closest to you, where you can approach your local municipality. There are professionals who know what they are doing in terms of serving the community in relation to water services. So do get involved, and I guarantee you this is fulfilling. You'll have a sense of contentment when you are in the water sector and that you're adding value to people's lives.
Don't forget to get in touch with the Department of Water and Sanitation. Our details are on the screen.
Thank you so much for choosing SABC 1 Mzansi for Sure, where life and TV are one. And a big thank you for choosing the Water Diary. Remember, the show is brought to you by the Department of Water and Sanitation and SABC Education. Remember, #SaveWater. We do it again next week, same time, same place, Kornala, with SABC 1 Mzansi for Sure.
The Water Diary, brought to you by the Department of Water and Sanitation.